depressed and torn up about everything in her life, cause everything was going wrong. She was going through hell itself and she was barely hanging on. She grew up in this home with just her dad, who was this alcoholic who bought alcohol with everything he had. And so Kelly was pretty much all on her own, pretty much alone, pretty much in charge of running everything in the home. But this unfortunate girl was kinda different though. She lived in the ghetto, but it seemed like she was from another place. Her family had nothing, but she had this beautiful face. Cause once you took one glance at it, you'd be lost in time and space. She was fine, but in time she developed this habit of having relationships with thugs and drug addicts. And from there, she was adopted by a brand new guardian, which led her to a life of sex, drugs, and heavy partying. I miss this girl so much, I lost in touch because I couldn't go the route she was going in life, because I wouldn't make it out alive or even make it out with the brain. She was an angel that lived in hell, and Kelly's her name. And Kelly, will you ever slow down and get with one man instead of the whole town? I see you at their partying, still trying to clown, when all these sex diseases are spreading all around. And Kelly, will you ever just wait before you must mate on the very first date? I know that you hate not to be close to someone who makes you feel loved until that someone's through. One day I saw her on the corner, thinking she's fly with the leather boots and leather skirt on, talking to this guy, and I'm like, wondering what number is he? 125, he just does his thing with it for a bit, then he hops in his car and rides. What was she trying to achieve there? What was she trying to believe there? What is it that she felt that she really, really needs there? She was all just a trap with some sparkle so she could notice it. And once she gave in, that's when her life turned more unfortunate. And one of my buddies said he dated her a couple of years ago, and she was scared to show her feelings when she had a couple of tears to show, and she became very depressed and terrible times to cope. And her nights were filled with ecstasy with several lines of coke, just smoke or sniff, but no one would notice. But in the process, her life became so hopeless, and she was a dream girl, just living in a dream of living someone else's life she had never seen. And if she ever does wake up, she might be surprised to see those guys she was with saying their last goodbyes. And it's not because they moved out of state to a new home, it's cause the only way she could date him if the dude goes to a tombstone. And Kelly, will you ever slow down and get with one man instead of the whole town? I see you at their partying, still trying to clown, when all these sex diseases are spreading all around. And Kelly, will you ever just wait before you must mate on the very first date? I know that you hate not to be close to someone who makes you feel loved until that someone's through. You see, the last years of Kelly's life were filled with enjoyment and pain. She was having a good time, but the drugs were destroying her brain, and they were destroying her thoughts, and they were destroying her soul. And after a little while longer, they were beginning to take control over her whole body. I guess that ruined the party that day when an ambulance showed up the door and drove Kelly away to a hospital 10 miles down the street, 10 miles down to meet 10 doctors with 10 nurses to pound back in her beating too hard, cause they were losing her quit. We told her to hold on and stay strong, but she was losing her grip. Everyone knew that this was it, and I think that she did too, cause she began to smile at everybody that had been true. And Kelly just laid there in the bed, I guess that she was probably thinking of what she could have done different instead of all the drinking and freaking every weekend. But it was just too late, she died from an overdose of crack, and HIV was her fate. And Kelly, will you ever slow down and get with one man instead of the whole town? I see you at their partying, still trying to clown, when all these sex diseases are spreading all around. And Kelly, will you ever just wait before you must mate on the very first date? I know that you hate not to be close to someone who makes you feel loved until that someone's through.